Hello, good morning. Um, uh, so today we're aiming for um, the 2.0.0 release candidate. Like we're already on like release candidate 7 or something, but that's more like in collaboration with specific users. But today we're gonna announce it to everyone, and there's a few things we want to do before we get there. Um, yes, I feel like we have a lot to do today. So let's just get to it, I think. So I did a session with a customer yesterday, and there's something up with either PNPM or Next.js. When you run a PNPM run dev on a Next.js thing, it doesn't show the ports for some reason, and I don't understand why. So I thought I would play around with like using npm instead. Could not resolve. But I don't think that's the issue. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna check if, because we decoupled some logic, and I'm wondering, let's see, we need to go to applications. Where's applications? Oh, my face is right in the, do we have CodeSandbox here? Let's see, CodeSandbox applications, there we go. This one is merged, by the way. We need to release that one as well. Okay, so picture client. What I'm curious about is if we are actually doing anything with VM web, not web clients, task client. I'm wondering if we are using, so you can actually configure in your task like a preview port. And I'm wondering if we are like extending task ports are open. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I can't see anything here at least populating the port, but maybe from the port client. Do we have anything task related here? No. Okay, but we might have something in the actual app. Let's see. Not picture client, but if we go to web, CodeSandbox applications. Now, trying to figure out this code after so much time has passed. It's gonna be interesting. What did I? Oh, not CodeSandbox API, but where's CodeSandbox? V2. And I think we have do we have a task? No, we don't have a task feature. So I'm just gonna do like a silly search here, because I would expect, yeah. What I don't quite understand is that if you see here, well, let's, okay, we're gonna test something. No, cause, no, okay, sorry. No, what the hell? So the biggest problem is, wait, what happened? Ah, did I lose it? Oh, dang it. What I don't understand, it doesn't seem to work at all. So if I go to this one, this is the original one, right? No, this is the one I changed to npm. Okay, whatever. It just takes forever to resolve this. Ugh, I can't deal with this. Let's move back to the dashboard. I'm gonna create a new Next.js one. Okay, so what I don't understand is if I take this ID here, we're gonna resume it here. Resume. And when I connect it, yeah, we don't have to do this. I go get the dev task, and here it shows that it's running, right? And it has previews. No, it does say unconfigured. Ah, okay. Oh, okay, but then it's fine. Then the question is why? Okay, let's try moving back to... But maybe we can fix this. The thing that's really tricky is... Okay, we have to see if we can get this running with npm. I want to see if it's pnpm or if it's Next.js itself. We just have to wait. But yeah, but this is kind of, I think this is rather tricky to do regardless. So what I think we should do is we're rather going to check if the task has a preview defined. And if it does, and that port opens, we're gonna kind of put it on the task. Yeah, and we can check that in the meantime. Dependency management in... Oh, we were on the SDK. So if we look at... what did I change here? Browser agent. Wait a minute. Wait, did I move something? Deleted? Why does it say that? What? Source browser agent. What happened here? I didn't delete that. Oh, that could be horrible. Okay, revert. Restore file. That's weird. How? Oops. How the hell did that happen? Anyways. Oh, that takes forever. So the thing we need to figure out is in our session, we have our tasks, and then we're getting our tasks, but we don't really have... Yeah, but we already have a listener for ports. Yeah, but we're listening to task update. Yeah, this is interesting. On status change. So there's no like on update. Okay. How would we do that? But another thing is that you can't open the shell. There's something really weird going on. Of course you can't handle this. Like, I can't even install fucking dependencies. It's just stupid. It's so stupid. No, I don't want to. Let's try yarn instead. But that can't have anything to do. Well, it depends on how it actually runs the. That's the thing. Well, it can't be this. It has to be Next.js itself. Because we're using PnPm to run the Vite server as well, and that works just fine. So I have a feeling this definitely is Next. But at the same time, it's a little bit fragile, the logic that picks up a port and associates it with a specific task or a shell. So what should we do? So what I'm thinking is that we need some logic here that makes sure that if you have a preview assigned on the task and that port exists, we are going to... No, but still, you can't open the shell. That's the biggest problem. Okay, let's explore that instead. Oh, look at this. That worked. Okay, let's just test it then. Yarn run dev. Yeah, whatever. So that's unconfigured. I do wonder though, if I do preview port, what was it? 3000? I'm just gonna refresh. Is it still unconfigured? Okay. Okay. Oh, I have a hard time getting going today. God damn it. So what I'm thinking is... So if you're creating a task, that's the whole point here. If you're creating a task, we have this... Oh, we don't actually have dispose on that. We shouldn't have dispose on that. Yeah, and this should be... Oh. Okay, let's fix that. This dot disposable and disposable and So there is a chance that you're disposing while you're waiting for yeah, I think we can still say this disposable and disposable disposer. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So what we're gonna do, let's just fix that port thing first, and then we need to figure out what the hell is going on with that shell. Oh my god. I felt so great this morning, and now I'm like, my energy completely dropped. I'm not pumped. I didn't sleep very well last night. I think I have allergies. Like every summer I have, like I feel like I have the man flu. Um, but I think it's allergies. But it's just, yeah, it just feels a bit too much to be allergies. Like, cause I feel like I have the flu. Um, but as I understand from GPT, in rare cases it can actually feel like that. So I'm gonna be dropping some and what are they called? Antihistamines or whatever. Okay, let me just talk through it first. So what we need to do is whenever you're waiting for a port, um, we need to wait for, like, if you have a port defined on the task, then we're just gonna wait for that port. We're gonna use the port's namespace to do that. But if you don't have that, we're just gonna listen to the task. Um, yes. And then if you're, yeah, but not only when, this is the thing I can't quite get, because if I'm just using the task and I want to look at the port, like there's multiple points of keeping that thing in sync, and that worries me. So every time the task updates, okay, so I think maybe the best way to do this is oh my god. I got just completely ah fuck. I was so excited to get everything done today. Ah, where's my energy? So what I'm wondering is if the task should have like a port, a private port, and then we just have a listener for ports. And then if any port change, so if the task has a preview port assigned, and when the ports change, we're gonna update that port property. But the problem is when we get a task update, we just say this.data task. We're gonna override that port if there's a change to the task. That's the thing that's problematic here. But don't we have? Oh, we do have ports. Okay, so we can actually say this.ports. Like this ports. Okay, interesting. Let's try that. So we're gonna have ports. Yeah, I guess that's what we want. And then we're gonna say yeah, I think we're just gonna do like if there is ports, then we're gonna use the task ports. Well, we don't know. Oh, this is so tricky. This is not gonna work because if we get a port there, oh, this is not gonna work. Fuck. Um, I would really prefer Okay, no, we're not gonna do this. We're gonna derive this. That's what we need to do. So, okay, so let's just do the basic thing first. So we're not even gonna do this. We're just gonna check this dot data preview port. Let's just do if this dot data preview dot port. Then we're gonna derive this dot. I guess we don't have access to ports here. Oh, we do. Agent client ports. Get ports. Oh, that's async. Of course it is. Fuck. Yeah. Hi, Mark. I'm just having a really bad start to my morning. Like, not practically or anything. It's just I don't have any energy for some reason. So I'm just staring at the screen. Yeah, exactly. And I was just talking about, I have this thing every summer. I get these flu symptoms. So it doesn't like, I don't get a fever or anything like that. I don't get like a drop in my energy. I just have flu symptoms. So my body aches, I have a sore throat, and I have like all the symptoms of a flu, just without fever, and drop of energy. But I sleep worse because I have a sore throat. So I have like, that's how my energy is reduced. I just get bad sleep. But I talked to a couple of friends yesterday, and they mentioned that it could actually just be allergies because it's seasonal. And I don't have a fever, and like I eat normally. So yeah, I think I have allergies. It's just a rough reaction. So I'm gonna buy some stuff today. Yeah, hay fever. Oh, cherry blossom. That's interesting. I think the neighbor has a cherry tree. Yeah, I think I feel pretty confident it is that actually. Makes a lot of sense. My brother also got like late allergies, in like late as in when he got older. So it's just been like this for a couple of years. But I thought I just had like a cold or something. Anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna check that. But yeah. Anyways, okay. But it's just nice talking to you, Mark. It helps. So we're trying to figure out these ports. Yeah, hi there. So CodeSandbox, if you know CodeSandbox, we got acquired by Together AI. So all the infrastructure we built for VMs is being used and exposed through an SDK now instead. So you have like programmatic access to the CodeSandbox infrastructure, and it's become its own product, and I'm working on that. Puritan. Oh, nice. Is that like a not subscription but prescription type of thing, or can you just buy it at the pharmacy? Let's see. So we're gonna return the ports here, but I don't really want it to be async. But we still have to. Okay, so we are gonna sync the ports here. So private ports No, it's not promise, protocol, port. There we go. And then when we fire this thing up, we're gonna say this dot ports equals agent client ports. Yeah, this kind of sucks that this is async. Actually, we have to pass that in. Let's see. Where do we get? Because this is async. It kind of sucks though that we have to. Yeah, it is open source. It's at CodeSandbox, CodeSandbox-SDK. It's not super well organized yet because we've been in this MVP phase. But we're getting there. We're getting there. So whenever we grab a task, should we then go and grab all the ports? We kind of have to. We need to know what ports are available, but we can actually go and grab them at the same time. So we can say tasks, ports, and we're gonna await promise.all, and then this.agent client.ports, get ports. Okay, so now we have the ports and we have the tasks. So what we can do now is, oh, wait. Wait, is this an actual task? Oh, sorry. It wasn't here we needed to do it. Oh, so we do cache the tasks. Okay, yeah. Of course. Okay, but that's fine. Then it's gonna be nice. So we wanna do tasks, ports. This is gonna be good. Oh, sorry, await. Not really. I can see why you think that, but CodeSandbox is quite old. It's like 5 years old. So CodeSandbox started as, if you remember in the good old days with JSBin and these other like fiddle services, playgrounds in the browser, they typically had like HTML, CSS, and a snippet of JavaScript. But CodeSandbox created like a bundler in the browser. So you could run like React and JSX and TypeScript and Vue, and like you could do all of that stuff right in the browser. And that's what took off with CodeSandbox. And then when it became a company, it wasn't able to monetize that because just coming from that domain, paying for it wasn't something that people wanted to do. So we created this insane infrastructure. Hello, Renato. We created this infrastructure based on the experience we built in the browser. So we created these VMs that we were able to get very close to that instant feel in the browser where you can just instantly fork the code into a new sandbox and so on and so on. And then we created products on top of that for teams to collaborate in the cloud, but nobody wanted to do that. So we weren't able to monetize it. And then AI happened. And we were like, you know, this infrastructure and these VMs we created, they're perfect for AI. But at that time, we didn't have any more runway. But we got acquired by Together AI, which does have runway. And we pivoted the product. So even though CodeSandbox still exists, there's things that's going to happen to the old product. Things that we weren't able to monetize is either going to be like open source and given away, or it's going to close down. And then our focus is this SDK, because this has like, it took 2 weeks and we had market fit. So that's really awesome. But yeah, it's very much, I feel like we're a startup inside a startup, kind of. So Together AI is, well, it's becoming like a proper company now. But in some aspects, it's still very much a startup. But the CodeSandbox team, when we got acquired, we moved into Together, and we're kind of our own team now working on the SDK. So we're a startup inside a startup. And we just found market fit with the SDK. It was very much like just put together based on our existing features. And now we're just like cleaning it up, scaling up like crazy, trying to be super responsive to anyone who's using the SDK. Because when they start using this for their products, it's going to be core to their product. So it's really important that this stuff works. Let's see. Okay, so we are grabbing the port. So what we can do now is we can go in here and we can say that, oh, we're also going to get some ports in here. Yeah, actually, we can just private ports, protocol, port. And we don't have to do this. I'm actually a little bit, I don't quite like doing this, like implicitly assign properties through the constructor like this. Because often when you read a class, you kind of want to see what does this class have, and then the constructor can be, yeah, it's just not, it's just too, I generally with languages, I hate being able to do the same thing in different ways. Just with JavaScript, when they introduced like arrow function, I was really upset about that because it's just another way of creating a function. And we didn't really need it. It's just that, like, yeah, convenience, you should be really careful about convenience because it just makes things more complex and there's more variations of reading code and so on and so on. Oh, have a good night's sleep. Maybe we'll see each other some other day. Nice. Actually, I experimented once creating like, I just want to see, can I create my own language? Like not from scratch, but like what does it take to do the, what are the different concepts? You have the tokenizer, you have the compiler, and there's a third thing. And then you have syntax highlighting next to that. And when AI came around, I thought, okay, let's just try to vibe code my own language, or my own like JavaScript-ish language with typing. So it compiles to JavaScript. With that mentality of like, what is the actual thing you actually need from JavaScript? So there aren't any variations of doing the same thing. It was kind of fun doing that. But yeah, as most things I do, it doesn't end up in anything. 1 million ways. Let's see. Oh, not private ports, but oh, I guess we can do that then. We can just do ports, I think. No, we should not do that. We need to derive it. Okay, so now we have the initial ports, and we need to also listen to ports now. The thing that's a little bit icky here is that we don't really... yeah, that's fine. This disposable and disposable agent client ports on ports updated ports, and then let's see, and we're not going to do this. What we're going to do is if this data preview port, the thing is that, yeah, so if we have a port defined, this listener is going to manage the ports. Ports.filter Configured port. Configured port. Okay, so so whenever there's a ports update and we have a configured port, that's the port we're gonna assign here. So when we derive the ports, again, we're just gonna say return. Well, I guess we can always return this.ports. Wait, why are you doing this to me? Oh, did I double? Oh, sorry. That's the ports we're gonna assign. And then we have to be careful now, because if we don't have any ports, no, I think this is it actually. Well, yeah, this is actually it. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, sorry, no, this is not gonna, okay, sorry. This dot ports equals ports, and then if this dot data preview port configured port, come on, this dot data preview port. So if we have a configured port, then we're gonna yeah, I think we need to do it like this. Yeah. So okay, so what we changed now is that because these tasks, normally the shell that's responsible for the process opening the port will make the infra or the environment will assign that port to the task automatically, but it's not guaranteed to be so. So you can configure a port on the task, and if that's the case, and that's what we see here, we are gonna just sync the ports to this task, all the ports, and then if you have that configured port, we are gonna return that port if it's there or not. Or we just, well, this is not true. That will be this.data.ports. Or if that's not the case, okay, I'm gonna comment this. If we have configured a specific port, we only return that port. This this is used where the what should we call it? The environment is not able to assign port automatically. Next.js. Yes. And then return. Oh, why we went with JS instead of Python? So, so the thing is, like, Python wasn't such a big deal. I don't. Oh, that sounded like competitive for some reason. Sorry about that. So Python hasn't been like a big thing in terms of application development. Like JavaScript has been dominating like browser frameworks because you run JavaScript in the browser, right? And everything we did at CodeSandbox was building this product in the browser. So that is why the SDK we built internally, which this is inspired from, also ran in the browser. But now we also run on the server with the SDK. But everything is derived from this browser implementation. So if we did it from scratch for AI specifically, we would probably do Python first, because Python is like the AI language or the go-to language dealing with AI. But we are going to have a Python SDK on the server. But this SDK also runs in the browser. So, and that's what people build their products on. It's JavaScript. So it's just the SDK is for product development. That's actually how we differentiate ourselves quite a bit from the others in this space. is that we consider ourselves product developers. We built this big ass product called CodeSandbox using this VM infrastructure and our own internal SDK. We just happen to pivot and enable it for AI related things as well. But that's like, it's still a product. It's not just allowing an AI to talk to a sandbox. This is building a whole user experience around it with like previews and tasks and shells and like all of this stuff that an actual human is gonna look at. So yeah. Hello, Mona. This is the CodeSandbox SDK. If you know CodeSandbox, I just told the story a few minutes earlier. But this is the SDK for interacting with the infrastructure at CodeSandbox. Other ways, we return the ports assigned to the task. Okay, let's get cracking on this. So we're gonna try again to see if we get the port now. Oh, we didn't. Why didn't we? Oh, sorry. No, that's correct. Sorry, that's correct. Where's the test file? Well, yeah, thanks, I guess. But I don't consider myself like, because the reason I kind of stop a bit is because I have the same feeling about other people, that they're like so dedicated, so motivated, so hardworking, and so smart. But I think that's more about someone doing something that you don't know. So I'm sure that you are a hardworking and smart person as well. It's just in a domain that you have your experience in and your knowledge base in. And I will be just as impressed by you. Yeah. Because I don't generally feel that I'm hardworking and smart. There's many domains in life I'm pretty shitty at. Let's see. So we're gonna do task.ports here instead and see if it pops up now. Yeah, there we have it. Okay, cool. So that's gonna be a fix. We're not gonna go deep down into the infra and figure out why this happens. I just remember that it just picking, like running a process, and there can be like nested child processes that actually fires up the port, and being able to analyze that like at the low level of like the operating system. It's like it's tricky stuff. And it doesn't matter here in this case. But what does matter is that I want to be able to open the shell here, and that's something that didn't work. Task open. Oh, that's not the port. Output. Oh, it is working. Okay. I do wonder though, why then? Okay, but I think we would have to. Yeah. Because they got a timeout when they tried to open the shell. For some reason, they got a timeout. That didn't make any sense. Let me try to actually fork this and see what happens then. Not resume, create. Okay, let's see what happens now. Hi, Vicky. Yeah, I guess I'm a professional. That doesn't feel like. I love So in the like the people I work with, we've worked together for quite a long time, and getting to that point in the team where you can make jokes about how unprofessional you are, and get to that culture of like, okay, we're just trying to build stuff together, and we're applying our skills at the best of our ability. That's like enough. There's no like, I'm not measuring myself with my teammates at all. I kind of, having the experience over so long with these people, we all know our strengths and weaknesses, and that we are all dedicated to what we're doing. And that's very, very comfortable. Like getting into a good, I wouldn't think so much about getting into a good company. It's getting into a good team. That's what you want. And it doesn't really even matter what you're doing. Like as long as you work with really good people every day, it doesn't matter that much what you're doing, because that's the thing that's going to make you motivated and just be content about doing work. Of course, you'll have your own like personal preferences and skills you want to apply, but you can have like the perfect project and a shitty team that you just don't jive with at all, and that's going to break the whole thing. Your skills and your passion for applying your skills is not going to save you in a bad work environment. But a good work environment is going to save you from not being able to apply your skills. Um, yeah, so a networking function. Well, so the SDK, you can think of the SDK as an interface to a VM. So you have like a file system, you have ports, you have shells, which we abstract into terminals and commands, and some other namespaces related to running this environment. So it's a really cool SDK in that sense. Like you feel super powerful using that SDK because you can manipulate this environment. And then what people typically do is hook this into like an AI agent, for example. Never too professional. Yeah, it's a funny word, professional. Yeah, I kind of, I don't want to be a professional. I think that to me, that word indicates that you're stepping away from just being a human. Like, you know, so I think the best example is people wearing suits. When you meet a person wearing a suit, they look professional, but it creates this distance. It removes some humanity, that they're just a person with their own lives, with their own challenges, um and I remember like my first work was delivering like this mobile phone solution for companies. And I met a lot of people in suits, but I was really good at like breaking the ice. Like I was over there quite a bit during the delivery process, which could take weeks. And I had many opportunities to kind of break the ice and drink coffee and kind of see people for who they are. But being a professional to me is like creating a distance between people. And that's why I love working on this SDK, because our users are engineers and we're just immediately like on the same page. They're startups trying to build their product. We're kind of, as I explained, kind of like a startup trying to make our product as stable and accessible as possible for our users. And we kind of just understand each other. And it's a very lovely way to work with customers. Oh, yeah, it was just a bug. So there was an expectation that when a task runs a dev process, that port is available on the task. And normally it is. But that feature of assigning a port to a task is deep in the infrastructure, where we're trying to, I can't remember the exact implementation. I didn't do it, but when you start a process, it is possible to detect kind of like the PID. So you bind a port to a PID kind of thing, and then the PID is bound to a specific shell instance, and that shell instance is bound to the task. But in certain scenarios, it's hard to find that relationship. So that's what's happening with Next.js. So the port didn't pop up on the task, but we allow you to configure a port for the task. So what we're doing now is that when you have configured a port for a task, we rather assign that port to the task based on the general ports available. Yeah. Let's see. What was I doing? Were we testing this? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But it's the same thing. Yeah, it does create a distance. It's very interesting how Suits has this special power. Like even that piece of clothing can like have. It reminds me of like native tribes and like having big, like big. Even like Indians, for example, like having these big, amazing feather pieces on their heads, like to impose power, right? Suits are just like that. Maybe you could do that, Mark. That would be amazing. If you could get like a native tribe headpiece to kind of emphasize that you're the boss. That would be so funny. But yeah, that Suits kind of reflects that in our general society. Oh, yeah. So the bug is just deep in the infra. I wouldn't call it necessarily a bug. It's just that we've been very ambitious about making things accessible to and then automate things, so that as I mentioned, like this um, port to process, process to shell, shell to task, that relationship. We wanted to just that should automatically work. But then there are certain processes that doesn't make that relationship work that well. And then we chose to, okay, let's just make it accessible for the common case. And then in the product, this wasn't actually a problem when we built CodeSandbox, but now the SDK is consumed in a very different way than the actual CodeSandbox product, we're starting to see these decisions we made that made sense then, causing, for example, confusion in this case. So instead of breaking the whole thing and saying that, oh, now everyone has to because now, yeah, we're not breaking anything. We don't say, oh, everyone has to configure the port now on the task. Yeah, not necessarily restructuring, but kind of adding port some additional port management to the task. So if the task has a specific port configured on it, that's the thing we're gonna look for. That's the port we're gonna look for and kind of expose on the task. But if there isn't a port explicitly configured for the task, then we fall back to the automatic assignment of port, basically. Yeah. Yeah, I totally see what you mean. And that, this is the one thing I have not done in my life. And I think I've always been this, authority. I've always been kind of, even at school, like authority has always been a thing for me. It's not that it's not the power thing. It's just being told what to do and how to think, and that's just made me opposed to authority. And then for some reason, I don't know, that I kind of just broadened that out generally to authority and suits and like wearing clothing that kind of makes you more authoritative. I kind of post that as well. So I've always just like, I'm such a shitty dresser. but I know exactly what you mean. Because at certain occasions, of course, I had to dress up. And I say the same thing. I look in the mirror and like, damn, I feel good. So I often thought about it. Like just flip it around. Like go and buy some actual proper clothes just to actually feel better. Because it it makes sense. Like if you have if you're taking a shower, if you have some good clothing, maybe you fix your hair a little bit, or if you have a beard, it's not like my shitty shitty beard. It does make you feel different. um okay, but let's see here. We're actually happy about this. So I'm super excited because we're gonna test something. We got the flag push to stream or staging for the Git stuff. Thanks a bunch, and have a good night's sleep. And maybe we'll speak another day. Um, ports fallback. Yes, so the Git thing we were working on, we're gonna try that now. So we have, where's the SDK? No, not SDK, but the other thing. I have to, I should fix my window management here. Docs, there we go. So here we have some stuff, but we're gonna do, we need to go to stream, CodeSandbox, stream. Let's see. And we're gonna just, yeah, I think we can just open something. We're gonna resume this and we're gonna try to clone. Yeah, resume. We can resume it. So first, what are we gonna do first? First we're gonna have like a bad token here. That's the thing we want to actually test. That it actually gives an error when the access token is bad on the Git clone. So I think we can do. Let's see if we can figure this out. So if I do base URL equals https API codesandbox.stream, and then we're gonna do node modules CodeSandbox SDK. What is it? Dist bin CodeSandbox. No, this is not what we're gonna do. Sorry. Is it just base URL? I wonder if we have that in here as well. Index, new constructor, client options. Oh yeah, no, we have to pass it in. Okay, sorry. I'm messing it up. So base URL, no. HTTPS API CodeSandbox.stream. Yeah, and then we're just gonna do npx vite node git scripts. Yes, so what's gonna happen now, hopefully, is that okay, let's just try resume first. Oh. Invalid. Oh, sorry. It's the token stuff. 2 seconds. There we go. Boop. Oh. Okay, so it actually failed. Invalid username. Yeah, look at this. Invalid username and password. Amazing. So it seems to be working. And if I now go in and put this thing in there. Oh, it still didn't work. Okay, but what did work is that we're actually getting errors, which is a good thing. Okay. I was hoping this would actually... this should work. To configure the initial branch name to use in all of your new, which will suppress this warning. Init default branch name. Okay, so we can add some stuff. Okay, this is going to be interesting. See if we can get this thing running. Oh, come on. So that would be part of thinking. When we create a session, that will be connect. I have to keep moving this comments field all around all the time. Okay, so if you have a Git session, what we're doing is that we're writing your Git credentials. Oh, you know what? I think what's missing is... Oh, no, we do have providers, sorry. Oh. So we're writing our Git credentials, and then we're also writing... but we're gonna do init. We're gonna make this a good thing. Let's see. We're gonna do this step by step. Just make this thing work. So basically, just to explain how this works, is that when you create a session, we go and write a Git credentials file to your private folder, and that folder is very special. It is a folder that only you have access to in your session. Not even the global user has access to that folder. So we write your Git credentials there, and then we write a Git config there, and we point to the Git credentials for the credentials helper. What was I gonna say? Yes, and then what we do is whenever you create a shell, we expose an environment variable called git config that points to this file. So it kind of tells Git that in this shell instance, this is where you find the git config. And that has the pointer to the credentials. So it's a very smooth way of doing it if it works. I think. Oops. But the question is, does it even work? Oh, it doesn't. Okay, interesting. So this indicates to me that it doesn't actually point to that thing. So what we're gonna do instead is that we're gonna take a look and see if we can console.log, and we're just gonna return there. So we're gonna do await session commands run. What is the thing? If I want to echo, can I just do this? Git config, something like that. Can I do that? Let's try it. Oh, that will be it then. Okay, that's a little bit confusing. Why isn't that there? Thinking. So when we are actually, where is connect? Join result. Yeah, and then we're getting custom env. So we should have git config in there. That's confusing to me. get custom env. Let's see. So in commands, we have the env. Run. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna look at this. Yeah, it's there. Why can't I see it? Oh, is it just the way I do this? Is this valid? Like I'm no... Yeah. Why isn't that in there? So we're saying env object entries. Command with env. Okay, let's take a look at that. But this is working. I find this very weird. Let's bring this down. We don't need this. And git config. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna just, since I'm so inexperienced with this, when I run this shell, it does not echo the path. You know why? Hasn't been set yet. Oh. How to make it work? Oh, if you want to set git for the echo command itself so that the echo sees it, you need to delay variable expansion until after. Interesting. So bash -c. Yeah, but I think this makes sense. Because okay, let's see. A workspace path. But why doesn't the command have as global session? But don't we actually pass in the shell type? I'm a little bit confused. No, that's only for the terminal we do that. Okay, so, okay, let's just try this. So if I do, that's very interesting. That's actually gonna fix it, or fix, that's actually a bug. So let's see, command with n should be, and bash, what was it, -c. Yeah, let's try this. And then, oh, there. I have so much stuff open. I don't feel completely in control of everything happening. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm trying to find a good way to organize everything. Oh, wait a minute. Did I put it on the wrong place? So the actual command. Oh, here's command. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, because we only need that when there's an actual end. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so I tried this, does not work. Yeah, and by the way, I'm just echoing the actual environment variable, not the oh, when you do. Oh, do I have to do? Okay, fine. That's interesting. It's kind of rough, this quoting stuff. I wish there was a single way. There we go. There we have it. Okay, nice. That looks complicated, Mark. Let's see. Okay, so now it ran, but authentication still failed. It doesn't seem to actually be using, because it even has this still, right? So I'm gonna ask it. So now it works with, but it does not seem like. But it does not seem like but it does not seem like Git is pointing to that config file. You know why? Oh. Oh. That sucks. Okay. We can work around this by invoking Git with the C option on every command, but we can't do that with a small shell function or alias. Yeah, I saw that. Is there some generic way I can wrap all Git calls? Pointing to this config. Backbone? Like the JavaScript framework, Backbone? Or Backbone as in backbone? I remember Backbone. I have fond memories of Backbone. Look for git config. Oh, git config global. Okay, is that it? If I can do that, that would be great. Where was this? Git custom env. Okay. Ah, yeah. You should try Backbone though. Backbone JS. It's awesome. That brings back memories. No, that didn't work. That did not seem to work. Touch your environment permanently. You can override the git command. Oh yeah, you have to put that in. No, but this is setting the. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, but I think we're gonna try this. Create a tiny script named git and then it appears before. No, let's not do that. Okay, we're gonna try this. Put the following in your bash RC. Do I have a bash RC? Let's see. No, but we can create it. Okay, we're gonna try that. I really hope this would work. Let's see. Okay, let's just remove this for now. Git custom session. Yeah, that's fine to keep that. And then we're gonna write another file. Write text file. Yes, I'm not really sure this is gonna work, but what was it? .bash rc. Oh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, let's try that. Just we have to kind of just get it running, and then we can improve the approach. No, it doesn't work. Tokens. User store. Why is it doing this? Oh, wait a minute. This isn't right. Okay, I have a feeling. Is it still active? I have to ask about this. Any way I can test that it is deactivated? I think it is, but still getting things like cat user store, CSP session, Christian, only tokens, GitHub token, no search file or directory. But yeah, okay, so that did not seem to work either. Let's just do git config. But should that be in, okay. I think there's some hallucination going on here, which is not ideal when I don't understand how to do this. Okay, but I just need it to actually run. So what we're gonna do is npm run build, and we're just gonna try to run like git status or something. Where's the end thing? Custom end.git session.git. And I don't think we need global. I think this should be fine. Okay, npm run build. Doing like 40,000. Oh. In-house Docker manager. Yeah, minor tweaks. Say console.log, await session.commands, run. So I just want to run like git status or something. Can I check? How do I check the command? Check the path to the active git config when running git. I think we want to get to that point first. Just run git and check its path. Git config list. Oh. Okay, so that works. Interesting. That's very interesting. So it has everything. Oh, what was the issue then? So, oh, is it just, oh, I think maybe I know what it is. It should be default. Oh, it is default branch. But does this mean, why doesn't this work? Is there some simple git command that requires authorization you can give me? I wonder if it's the way it runs the git commands. Oh, okay. Let's do this. So let's see if this works. Yeah, there's no that GitHub token thing. No such file or directory. I wonder what does this. Is it because we're having like a... I think maybe there's some more stuff. So we turned off the remote helper, but I think we're also overriding the git command. Are we overriding the git command? It tries to read that file or something. Are we maybe wrapping the git command? Tries to read that file. Yeah, I have a feeling that like this git wrapper for the bash thing is active. So it's trying to kind of read the GitHub token when we run git, and then it just fails there. And it says invalid username or password, but that could be because of this error. Yeah, and I can't really do anything about that. Ah, that sucks. But we still have an issue. Maybe we can work on that in the meantime. So if we do this, what we're rather gonna do is terminals get all const terminal equals await terminals 0, or yeah, we don't have to name it. We don't have to do anything like that. And then we're gonna say terminal on output console.log, and we're gonna do we also have to open it. Yeah, we don't really care about that. Let's just do terminal open. No. And then we're gonna write git config list, or we're gonna actually run. Yeah, and then, okay. Because I don't think this is gonna work. Oh, it's a different owner. Okay, I guess we just have to create a shell. It does work. Okay, well that's great. Okay, so now we're gonna try to do the remote thing again. Git, what was it? Git remote. Oh, what was the command? Oh, ls remote. Yeah, no, we're getting the same thing. Okay, but we're gonna leave that to... Okay, we have to leave it at that. I need help to understand why it's doing this. But we can... Okay. Let's see. Can you tell me what is happening here? Do you think the system is wrapping the git command? Trying to read the token. Do you think that is what causes the invalid username and password? Because we have a credentials helper in the config, but maybe it does not reach it. Likely CodeSandbox. Where the plain git binary has been replaced by a wrapper script. And the git falls back to null. Yeah. Oh, oh, interesting. Okay, but we can run that here. Path to CSP or any non-standard location. User bin. Yeah, it's not user bin git. Oh, user bin git. Let's try doing that. What was it? User. Is there something called user? Yeah. Git. Okay, let's try that. Let's see what happens now. Oh. Not user. User. No, it still happens. Let's see, disable their... Yeah. Okay, but then I think that's the issue. And I'm not sure where that is. Hopefully we can fix it. But it's interesting how it's using user store. I wonder if we could so here, could we rather create a symlink? Could we rather create a symlink to... Well, the thing is that we shouldn't really have this. We have to turn it off somehow. Okay, I think I have to wait for Georgie to... Ah, that sucks. This is blocking the release. I tried running also. bin git, but it seems even that is. Yeah, I think what we're doing is that we're like literally replacing the git thing. I guess we replaced the whole thing. Because it's a security risk. Like all of this was because of security. But we have a different approach now. That sucks. But it does, like this should work when we get that thing removed. Because we validate that we are exposing the git config correctly. Everything's good. We even identified that thing, thing of a thing. So I'm just going to keep tabs on that conversation, and then we're going to jump to the next thing because there's more we need to fix here. Let's see, what was the other thing? Okay, so that's done. Okay, maybe it isn't that bad. So one thing we're gonna fix is that there's a timeout. There's a timeout on the by default in Node, which is bad. So when we build, there is a chance that it can take more than 30 seconds to get a sandbox up and running. It depends on the infra health, but during the build process, that's fine. So from what I understand, where did it get that agent from? Undici. Oh. Yeah, is that just because of the typing? Do we have types node here? No, let's try installing it. npm install types node. Save them. Because that happened in version 18. Well, okay, maybe we can't do that then. The simplest approach is to create your own abort controller and pass its signal into whatever SDK call you're making. Fetch has 30. Yeah. It will allow you to, okay. Pass signal into your, yeah, but then we have to pass that signal for every single call. I don't like that. And the problem is that this is typed, right? So, but maybe that's fine because it's the start VM call specifically. Okay, we're gonna try that. Maybe it was just the example that got me. So we're starting a VM here. Yeah, so this is VM start. Does it have signal here? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I think it's actually as simple as this. So we're actually gonna allow this to, it can take even longer, 120. Like it shouldn't do that, but yeah, and then we just pass the signal in. Yeah, and then we clear timeout. Yeah, exactly. Great. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's just that 30 seconds by default is just like it's just to like for normal HTTP communication, that makes sense, definitely. But when you're dealing with calls to infra that might be in a state where it needs to spend a lot of time scheduling and acquiring resources and basically fire up a whole environment, it's a little bit. But 2 minutes is like that's pretty long. Maybe we should do, because there's also the fact that, well, like this is also typically part of a CI build, and yeah. Uh, let's see. It can take up to. Can it take that long? No, sorry. So the 2 minutes thing is not because of it might take 2 minutes, but that is the timeout configured for the API and the manager. So 2 minutes is the configuration for the API and manager. Yeah. Um, yeah. um, how do I so handle response? Mm, this isn't exactly what I was looking for. Um, is this where I had to start VM? Where did it go? Where's start VM? Oh, it's here. Um, oh yeah. Oh, so it would actually error here. Okay. We're gonna do a try catch around this just to get yeah, let's do a finally for that. Clear timeout. And then we're gonna do if let's do and then we're gonna throw new error. Yeah, and let's make this an actual variable. Timeout seconds. Timeout seconds. Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah, sure, Mark. Good luck. Okay, request took longer than timeout seconds, so we aborted. Yeah, it's a nice way. Okay, nice. So, so what we can do here, we can actually test this. So we can do like, we can do one or like 0.1 and see if it actually errors. Do I have the command here? Let's see if we're getting some response on the... Oh, don't I have it here? Ah, oh, for fuck's sake. Dist bin CodeSandbox build this template. Oh. Oh, I didn't build it, sorry. Oh, I fucking hate Slack. I try to organize my work by adding lists in Slack, but now those lists are only available. Like, then I can't see my chats. Yeah. Yeah. Took longer than, so we aborted. Nice. This is perfect. 2 minutes. Okay, great. Clear npm run build. We're happy about that one. And then as we're waiting for a response here, let's see. We might be joined by a colleague. Oh, he wasn't available. Let's see. Oh, my voice is starting to crack up. What were we doing? Yes, let's check the next thing we need to fix for the release while we wait for the Git stuff. So we fixed the timeout, and then currently, yeah, that's fine. Was it only this stuff? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it felt like there was so much more, but servers workers seems to... Okay, so we're gonna look at something else. Git, let's just push this. Git and wait, what was the change to package JSON? Oh, added types node. Why is this? Oh, it just cleaned it up. Okay, fine. Fix timeout. Cool. That's gonna help because this happens sometimes. You get like a bad gateway thing, which is very mysterious. Okay, so now we're gonna jump back to where is it? CodeSandbox applications, and we're gonna check out. Well, we can look at it first, see if we can find it. So we have something called the preview protocol, and we actually did make a fix here. And we need to publish that fix, but first... Oh no, wait, sorry. We're gonna fix another thing here first. So during build, if you have CI... What? Oh, we have it here. So when you have a CI build, we actually want to... I'm trying to think. What did it say? Yes, let's look at the conversation. Rather console error instead of exiting the process, it will then just log the error and continue creating the template ID. Yeah, exactly. So what we're gonna do here is basically if no CI and you have failed sandboxes, then we're gonna run this interactive thing. Or we're just gonna go ahead and create a tag anyways. Yeah. Okay, let's try that. And then we just need to produce an error here. So let's just, whenever, I don't know, somewhere here. If index equals 1, run your testing. Npm run build. Yeah, we need to document that, by the way. So where are docs? Document CI flag. What else do we need to do? Did we fix something else? No, I don't think we did. Okay, let's run this. Oh, let's do it with the CI flag. Yeah. Error testing. Yeah, okay. So please manually. So we're not gonna actually we're gonna have different error messages. CI, we're just gonna show the error. Or we're gonna show that thing. Let's see. Oh, I forget to build every time. Yeah. So now the thing is they have a regex thing in their CI so they can pick up on errors. Great. So if index, yeah, let's remove that. Okay, so we're happy about that. Now we can jump into the other thing, which is, yes. So the issue here is, it's very specific. Do not exit process in CI mode. Currently the timeout. Yeah, but I fixed that. Okay, so there is a case where, for example, when using Vite is gonna pick up. So to kind of give some context on that, so Vite is gonna do something like VSS and 79. Like that's the ID. This is the port. .csv .app. It's gonna pick up. So what it does is that your URL is HTTPS this, right? This is how we open the preview. And then Vite is gonna set up a hot module reloading, HMR WebSocket connection. So it just takes the host, puts in VSS in front of it, and then it tries to add 45499. And for some reason, this messes up the URL. For some reason, they say that it goes to. They say that it goes to like some other port. 34437, which makes absolutely no sense. So what I'm curious about here is how the hell does that happen? So what I want to know is how does it actually apply? Yeah, no, it actually sets up the host name. current match groups. Okay. Okay, it could be the regexp. Oh, this is interesting. Wait, what does it use? Current host name? Oh yeah, sorry. So this is to grab, this is the actual port. Yeah, parse url.port. Yeah, this is the only thing I can imagine. Let's just grab that regex. Oh, I have it there. So if I have this, and let's insert this thing, what's gonna happen? Oh, it doesn't even match on it. Oh, that's probably the issue. No, wait. Oh, there we go. Oh, I think I know what's happening. Maybe? Oh. So now it matches. So the host name. Wait a minute. Uh, yeah, exactly. So what I think happens here is that, so it's not localhost, right? But it is, oh yeah, but current host name, where's that coming from? Rewrite URL. Oh, that is .hostname. Oh, that doesn't actually include that thing. Yeah, I don't understand this. Because it actually doesn't include that. This is what it gets. Um, how can that happen? Okay, let's just jump into Vite and see if we can reproduce it. So we do have Vite here. Let's see. I think we can open this in a new network. Oh. Well, let's do socket. Oh, because we did configure it to run on the same. Oh, isn't there a Vite configure? Oh, that's interesting because they. Okay, so I think we need to try to new file vite.config.js. Give me a vite config which configures HMR to a different port. And they did say it's a race condition. Let's see what happens now. Maybe I need to restart. We don't have to keep the... Don't need to preserve. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no. Okay, so this is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I guess it's kind of hard to... They say it's a race condition. So it can definitely be a race condition because the... Oh, no valid credentials available. Oh, it even says that it did it. Cool. This is interesting. Failed. That's interesting. But if you have a service worker that's installed, then it should be working. This is still weird though. Oh, sorry. We need to set host. Yeah, and this is interesting. Um, uh, thinking. Like I can't reproduce this, so it's kind of hard to figure out what to do about it. I'm just gonna check the... Like, why doesn't it... It doesn't say my... Fuck. I hate Slack. Like, I'm tagging things as complete, but then when I get back to it, they're not complete. I completed them. Or is someone else kind of removing it, maybe? So yeah, yeah. So I think they're right about... so one thing that's problematic is that I don't think we're injecting this thing at the right place. And I actually made a fix for this. Yeah, it's also saying defer async. I think we need to split it up. So instead of doing defer async, I think internally in the preview protocol script, we should flip it around. But even running a service worker is async. Right? Yeah, I don't quite understand how this can even work. I guess it's because Vite is... or like I have the service worker already running. That's the only thing I can imagine. Can I kind of just... And why do I have two of them? Okay, let's stop them and register. Let's see what happens when I reload. It's still like, yeah, I don't, service workers is a mess. It's very hard to debug them. What are we gonna do here? So what I'm thinking is that we should really just have HTTP patch activate HTTP. Yeah, and that activate HTTP patch. It's waiting for load, so it can't like yeah. This is very interesting. Like we can't make that service worker work for on the first load, right? And like what we would have to do is really check if we have the patch WebSocket. Oh, interesting. So it actually overrides WebSocket. Interesting. But why don't we do that with everything else? Rewritten. Okay, so I think they're right. The problem is where we inject the script. But there's another issue because we don't want that script to be blocking. So I think there's, but it doesn't have to be blocking. I think we should rather make this thing async, like initialize React Dev Tools. No, this is all async. Yeah, no, I think we're just injecting the thing wrong. Yeah, and this is like heavily cached and yeah. I think we should try to change the injection of this. And that happens in global scheduler proxy. I think I can't remember. Ah, where was that? Ah, and I keep have to. Where is this? Where was this code I wrote? Is there another? I can't remember. SDK. I think there's a different place where we actually inject where we inject the previous script. Where was that? Wasn't it here? No, this was the trusted preview hosts. Yeah, it's somewhere else. Um, yeah, by the way, where is that injected? We have to be careful now so we don't break the other thing. I think maybe that's injected. Yeah. Oh, fuck. So what happens here is that I think this actually. Why don't we have? Oh, there we have it. Yeah, it's at the end. That's also a problem. Because if we're moving the preview protocol up here at the beginning, uh, it's not gonna have. No, it's fine. Sorry, it's fine because it's looking at these asynchronously, so that's fine. But still, we need to move this up here at the very top. I can't remember where we do that. Preview protocol.js. Uh, no, this is just the preview thing. Where the hell is that thing? Could we? Oh, here I think it is. Um, uh, clean. No, that's something else. Sorry, I have to find the code for this. Oh, there we go. It's in the CodeSandbox GitOps. Let's see if I can. Do I have it there now? No. Ah. Let's see. It's in GitOps. GitOps. FC cluster. FC manager. Chart. And configs. No wonder I can remember this. Preview protocol. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I think this one's actually injected at the top. Yeah, let's just edit this and then let's see. How would I change this code to make the script injected to be blocking? Yeah, that one I got incident in before the browsers I moved on. Or document element. I believe the parent script here is in the head. How do I reference? I do not think I can reference document head until its end tag. Can I rather point to the current script tag running somehow and kind of prepend and kind of insert before or after that tag? I think there is a special reference of the currently running tag or something. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Me parent node insert before. Yeah, this is the thing I want. So I think we're gonna make an edit here. And we're gonna do get the script tag that's currently running, create the blocking style script you want to load, P preview protocol. By default, a dynamically insert script is in turn is going. Do not set defer, insert it immediately after, well, before the current script. Oh, me next sibling. Yeah, we can insert it. No, I guess that's fine. And then, yeah, this is DevTools, that's fine. Yeah, and I think we should move this as well into the is iframe preview. Okay, let's not do anything about that. Yeah, fine. Okay, I think this is what we want to do. We want to make that script blocking. And then, but does it know at this point? I don't think we should insert before me. Yeah, okay. We're gonna try this. Commit changes. Make preview protocol blocking. So we have gotten our reports on the preview protocol. So currently the preview protocol script is inserted at head body script. The reason is that document head is not available during its evaluation. Also, we need the script to be blocking. The reason is that we override, for example, WebSocket for local host management, and this creates a race condition if other scripts are trying to set up VS connection before it has been overridden. I do not see any risk making this blocking, as it is heavily cached. And should always run before any other code. Okay, cool. So we have that in place. So let's put Georgie on that one. Let's put Evis as well. He probably has something to say about it. Okay, so what I think we're gonna do now is I'm gonna bump. I think we're gonna bump. Oh, interesting. I got some feedback. Let's. Is this the thing? When you run this in the sandbox in your user. Okay, we tested the terminal. Let's just do this. And then we're gonna do console.log await session git, not git, but commands run, what was it? /opt /git /libexec git core git remote http. Cool, let's see. I wonder if you can get rid of these error messages. Okay, but you know, I'm gonna drop out of the stream and then I'm gonna eat some food, finalize the docs, and then see if we can figure out this Git thing. And then we're ready to roll. Yeah. And I can do a stream when we kind of announce the whole thing. That's gonna be fun. Okay, cool. Thanks for following along, and